Cool. Damn, that's a sexy ass car. Whose is that? It's mine. That's whose it is. Let's get going though. Y'all got them their windows down? Yeah, I bet you do. What a do, YouTube. It's BFO on wheels. You gonna sit there? Thanks. It's BFO on wheels, and this is take one of video one. Hoping that it all turns out. I haven't even tested out my microphone as of yet. So, I mean, for all I know, it could sound like it's shoved up my rectum with a fucking hurricane going on or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. But I'm hoping that it turns out well. Hey, how's it going, boo-boo? Hoping that it turns out well. Like I said, I've never quite done motovlogging. I've done regular vlogging a couple of years ago, and I mean, I've had some YouTube channels ever since then. But I haven't really done any like motorcycle stuff, and this is gonna be pretty cool. So I'm actually headed right now to a park to kind of show you guys what my motorcycle looks like. This is actually my first one I ever got, my first road bike at the very least, and it's a Harley, in case you can't hear. Hopefully his car isn't doing too bad. I mean, it is a Kia after all, but whatever, you know. Kias are Kias. Well, like I said, it's a Harley. It's actually a 2016 Street Bob. Has a 103 in it. That 103 cubic inches. That is. So that equates to just a hair under 1,700 cc's. I think the exact figure is something like 1,690 or some shit like that. So we'll just call it 1,700 just for shits and giggles, you know. Oh, holy fuck! What the shit? Holy! There's a lot more cars here than I was expecting. I just want to kind of pop in here and do a quick little walk around. Well, I'm still gonna do it anyways. You already saw my car. That one was a 2013 Fiat 500 Abarth, and yes, many of my vlogs will be done in that as well. I just need to figure out camera placement. And fun fact, actually, today was marks the 1 year anniversary since I got it, so that's pretty exciting. I'm happy about that. Hello, I hope you don't mind that I'm coming through. There's random ass fucking like used condoms that you'll find in this parking lot every now and then. It's actually kind of funny. Damn, I don't want to like look like a crazy person just sitting here looking at my bike, but fuck, looks like I'm gonna have to be. Lock me up in the loony bin if you have to. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Let's go ahead and hippity hop on off and give it a look-see, shall we? And that's it. That's my bike. It's a like I said, it's a 2016 Harley Davidson Street Bob. Has that 103. I don't know if you can read that down there or not, but it's a 103. It's quite nice. I'm enjoying it. Go ahead and open up my visor. It's getting a little bit foggy here. Misting up a little bit. Yeah, so it's a beautiful bike out in black denim. Really, really enjoying it so far. Yeah. That's about all that we need for a look around. Let's get on and fucking ride, shall we? So I'm really enjoying it so far. Had it for about a month, got the break-in period all done and over with, and now I can do shit like this. Oh yeah. Which is exciting. I fucking love it. Fuck that 35 mile an hour speed limit. What are we doing? Fucking 60? Hell yeah. Where shall we go today? Yeah, I was gonna say, let's go ahead and not hit that hole. That's my favorite thing to do, is not hit holes. There was a list of things that I really like to do. Not hitting holes is probably up near the top. Man, I fucking love the bike community. Like, no joke, you guys, if you ride motorcycles, you are all fucking awesome. There's no other way to put that. You guys are just amazing. I have not met anybody so far that's like been a prick. Everyone gives you that little peace sign when you drive by too. It's really cool. I like it. You don't get that really in any other community. Like, you get that in some of the car communities and stuff like that. Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, you get that in some of the car communities, but that's honestly, like, you have to find a niche car community. Like, the only one that I've ever really seen with that kind of mutual respect is a Subaru community, and they only oh, what the fuck? No boo-boo. No boo-boo. No boo-boo. Let's go ahead and not get hit by oncoming traffic. That'd be fun. Alright, well, that's some shit. Forgot what I was saying though. that is going to happen quite a bit on this channel, unfortunately. We'll all like start saying something and then like halfway through I'll be like, fuck, what was I saying? Shit. Yeah, so just get used to that, I suppose. Man, I fucking love this road. It's not as much fun going the other way, but still fun. I have no idea where I want to go today, boys and girls. Lemau. Oh, bumps. That's alright. This thing's a soft tail. It's, well, it's not a soft tail, it's a fucking street ball, but it has rear suspension, boys. So you don't have to worry too much about that shit. I can go over, I can fucking hit Mount Everest at fucking 60 and not even feel it. I'm gonna go up a fun road. It's kind of a nice road that I'm gonna head on up. Come on, go. Really about the only thing that I don't like with this motorcycle is when I have to put my feet down. I have to put my foot down. No, when I have to put my feet down and shit like that, because these are mid controls and I'm about 6'5", 6'6" on a good day. Depending on, of course, who's fucking measuring. I'm 6'5" though, real talk. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, 6'5" and shit like that, and fucking mid controls on this bike. I feel like I'm doing constant squats. So the good news is my ass is going to be in great shape by the time I switch over to forward controls, which will be quite a while from now, unfortunately. So another thing that I really like is that it has an RPM gauge right there, which is kind of cool. I like it, especially in the break-in period. The lady was just like, listen, you should definitely keep your bike between 2,000 RPM and 3,500, or else you'd fuck it all up. And I'm just like, okay. So that RPM gauge really saved my ass on that. Come on, I believe. Gas pedals on the right. What kind of fucking car is that? What the fuck? You don't have those here. Get that shit out of here. Just kidding. I actually don't know what it was. It could have been cool. It looked kind of cheap, but whatever. If you guys know what kind of vehicle that was, just leave that shit up in the comments. Or down in the comments. Oh shit, you guys. I know what we can talk about. We can talk about what is that got me started riding motorcycles. I'd been kind of riding motorcycles basically my entire life in one shape or another. I had a four-wheeler, or an ATV as a lot of you guys call it. I call them four-wheelers because I'm from fucking the country version of Canada, very far east coast little province called New Brunswick, where everyone drives a truck and asks for a dart and just out for a rip, are you, bud? Goes out mud bogging and shit like that, and fuck, I miss that shit. I'm out on the west coast of the US now, but anyways, that's not what we're talking about, damn it. Anyway, so like I said, I've been on a bike in one way or another basically my entire life. Like I said, dirt bikes, ATVs, fucking, I've been on snowmobiles and stuff like that, but this is my first real like street bike, like a bike that's meant for the road, you know? And I'm really enjoying it. But as I said, so I've always been on those, so I've always had an interest in bikes, and probably about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, I was kind of considering getting a motorcycle, and kind of started taking a look and stuff like that, and just toyed around with the idea. But I never really thought that my parents would ever really let me own a motorcycle, just because of what had happened to my uncle a few years prior. And I'll talk about him maybe in a later video. Not probably not the coolest thing to depress you guys on the first video, but anyways, but last year I started looking about and stuff like that, started discussing with my dad a little bit and whatnot, and then all of a sudden my dad just out of nowhere back in fucking, what was it, March? It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I bought myself a Harley. I'm like, you're a bitch, because I had been looking at Harleys. I mean, sport bikes I have always liked and stuff like that, but for this physical size that I need for a sport bike, fucking, like, I'd need to have at least a liter bike, and in my opinion, for a bike that light, that's a little bit too much power for me. So I was like, okay, cool, well, let's not get a liter bike for that, and let's get something a little bit more, I don't know, less sporty. So I was taking a look at some Harleys, because I fucking love Harleys. So like I said, I was taking a look at some 48s and stuff like that, and everyone was saying, no, you don't want to have one of those, they're too big for a beginner bike. And I'm like, well, I've been on motorcycles basically my entire life, so I don't really think that's the case. And anyway, so, okay, well, I didn't realize that he had a signal light on. I'm an idiot. So yeah, so everyone's like, no, you don't want that. So I was like, whatever. So I started looking at the Harley 883, which I thought was a fucking beautiful bike, and it really, really is. I love what Harley's done with their Sportsters. I just like the Sportsters in general. But then after I sat on it, and it was way too fucking small. So like, nope, fuck this shit. And I sat on the 40, I was like, nope, way too fucking small, fuck this shit. And all of a sudden, out of butt-fuck nowhere, my dad goes off and he buys himself a Harley. He ends up buying himself a V-Rod, which I'm sure that you'll see him in a few of my videos at least. So he buys himself a V-Rod, which is a beautiful, beautiful bike. And I'm like, the fuck, dude? Like, I was the one who wanted to have the bike first, and he went off and he bought it. So for the longest time, for the absolute longest time, I wanted to have a V-Rod, but I didn't necessarily like how the V-Rod looked exactly. So I was like, well, fuck it. I want a V-Rod, and I started taking a look at some customizations for it. And for what I wanted to do, the customizations were coming out to about like $20,000, which is like almost 1.5 times the price of the bike, in addition to the cost of the motherfucking bike. So I'm like, well, fuck that shit. So I started looking at other options. And so the next bike that I started looking at was like, well, maybe if I were to go off and actually do a 48 and do forward controls and shit like that for it, maybe it wouldn't be that bad. So I went back to kind of looking at those and whatnot, and that didn't happen. So I hit up the lady at the Harley Davidson dealership, nicest lady you'll ever meet, Monica. Monica's her name. She works at Eastside Harley in Redmond or Overlake or whatever fucking part of Washington that shit's in. But Eastside Harley in the Redmond area. Nicest lady you ever meet. And I was like, hey, listen, Monica, I'm like, what do you recommend for a bike for me? You know my size, and I've been working with her off and on for a bit. And she's like, well, she said, you don't want a Sportster because it'll just be too tiny. I was like, I know. And she said, so what I would recommend is, she tried to recommend a fucking what's it called, a Super Glides, man. I'm sorry, I cannot stand having fairings out to here. It's just, I can't do it. So I'm like, no, I don't like that style. She's like, well, what kind of style do you like? And I'm like, well, I like to have a relatively minimalistic style. Black and minimalistic, minimalistic. At least on a bike. Cars are a different story. But anyways, she's like, okay, well, I'll keep an eye on and stuff like that. So I went and I took my riding course, got my endorsement back in February and stuff like that, and it was like, cool, yeah, I'll be back when I have the money to buy a bike. Let's go ahead and pass this guy. I was like, I'll be back when I have the money to buy a bike, but right now I just fucking don't. So this was back in February, and I guess March. And so I hit her up again, probably what, late May, I want to say. I'm like, hey, Monica, how's it going? I'm actually in the market for a bike now. And she's like, oh, that's dope. Like, what are you looking for? And I was like, I'm looking for the same shit that I was looking for before. And she was like, well, we have this really cool Street Bob. And I'm like, all right. And she was like, so what's your price range? And I was just like, well, I'm looking at right around the 9 to 10K price range. She's like, oh, okay, well, I mean, we have a 9 to 10K price range one right here, and it's a used one. It's 2013, and I was like, oh, well, it looks pretty cool and stuff. That's the color I wanted, the denim black, just matte black. And so I went in and took a look at it and stuff, and I wanted to test ride it. And she's like, well, I don't really want you test driving it right now. And I said, oh, really? I said, why is that? And she's like, well, just because right now, like, it was in having its check done, and they basically took it all apart and whatnot, and they didn't really put the clutch assembly back together super well over on the left hand side. So this entire setup right over here was all fucking wiggly jiggly and shit. And I was just like, all right, well, that fucking sucks, because I want to test drive it before I buy it. She's like, but she was like, I do have another one that we can take a look at. I was like, okay. So she brought out a new one. It was white, which, I mean, I didn't really care for all that much, but it was white. And she said, you can test drive this. I was like, dope. I'm super excited about that. She went and she handed me the keys for it, and I was like, here, well, I guess with this you don't need to have the keys. She started it up for me and was just like, have fun, just try to keep it under 5 miles, because it's a fucking brand new bike and people like to keep their bikes low mileage, and I completely agree. Yeah, so I took it out for a test ride, and it was beautiful. Like, when I did the endorsement for my bike, I was riding a Harley Street 750. I was like, oh fuck, do I really want a Harley? Because I'm not really comfortable on this bike, and like I said, I'm about 6'5", so these fucking little tiny little Street 5, they're not 550s, 750s. Wait, no, the Course was on a 500. Course was on a 500. So yeah, so the Street 500s were just way too damn small. My hips were sore at the end of it. So I said I got on this thing, and I was like, oh my god, this thing is amazing, and it was everything I was looking for. It had the forward controls and stuff like that, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. The only downside of it was it was white, and I didn't want it. So I was like, well, I said, that's fine. I said, just hit me up when that used one is in working order again. I was like, she's like, okay, cool. And then my dad was there too. And on our way out, we spotted this like matte black street bob, this one right here. And it was brand new. Went back to Monica. I said, Monica, I said, one more question before I get going here. She said, yeah, what's up? And I said, how much for that matte black, the new matte black one out there? And she said, oh, that one's fuck, what did it come out to, like about 13, maybe 14,000. I was like, oh damn, that's actually not that bad. It's a little bit out of my price range from what I was looking at, but whatever. And then so I kind of discussed it with my dad and whatnot, and he agreed to put up a little bit of extra money for me, which was actually really cool of him. So thank you, Dad, if you ever watch this video. I'm going to tell you about the channel, but if you ever watch the video, thanks. And anyway, so fuck it, I guess I'll go this way. So he put up the extra money for me, and I thought that was awesome of him, and we got it going. That's the story of how I got this bike, and I've been loving it ever since. Some mods that I plan on doing with it, I definitely want to do some forward controls, because fuck that shit. And I also want to get some lower handlebars, just because these high ones aren't necessarily my style, but they look cool. I like how they look, and there's just the right amount of chrome on this bike, although that will all be coming off as well. I already have it all planned out as to what I'm going to do. Just need to get it fucking done. So yeah, lower handlebars, forward controls, blacked out pipes, and a different rear fender, I think. I like the rear fender on this, but I want to have a slightly wider wheel, you know, and just how it is right now, it won't fit the wider wheel. So gonna get a different fender, maybe have it a little bit shorter. I actually might build it myself, because I haven't really found one that I really like all that much for this bike, at least. So I might end up building that. That'd be kind of a fun video to watch, huh? Me doing my own fabrication work. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan for the bike, and I'm actually really excited. Oh, it's a beautiful machine. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But like I said, this video is more of just really a test for the time being. I'll have an actual thing lined up for us, or for the next video, and we'll get it going. I'm going to actually really enjoy doing motovlogs, I think. Because like just this alone is fun. I enjoy this. It's definitely something I plan on doing and continuing with. And we'll see where it takes me. So yeah. Come on, buddy. Speed limit's 45 up here, not 40, and I'm in between gears. Piss off. Gas pedal's on the right. Move! But anyways, ladies and gents, I'm basically back now. I will indeed end the video here, just so you don't have to watch me put my fucking bike away and shit like that, because however fun that is, it's really not. Also, my garage is a mess right now, so I really want to show you guys that stuff anyways. But anyways, hopefully I'll see you over on the next one, and I'll have things planned out a little bit better, because that's fun, right? When my videos are actually good. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.